All right, viewers, if numbers are to go by of India Today's Access My India exit poll, then it's a big win predicted for the Aam Aadmi Party in Punjab. As we speak, preparations apparently on the basis of our exit poll underway at Aam Aadmi Party Chief Minister candidate Bhagwant Man's residence. Almost every exit poll across the board has suggested an Aam Aadmi Party sweep in the state of Punjab. What it means for national politics, what will the numbers suggest? Take a look.
The Aam Aadmi Party is bullish ahead of D-Day. Preparations are already on at party's Punjab Chief Minister face Bhagwant Man's residence. Most exit polls have predicted victory for Arvind Kejriwal's outfit in the state. India Today Access My India exit poll has projected a landslide for AAP.
These are the first vote share numbers in the My India Access poll on Punjab. 41% for the Aam Aadmi Party. 28% for the ruling party, Charanjit Singh Channi of the Congress, 19% for the Shiromani Akali Dal BSP combined, 7% for the BJP Amrinder Singh combined, 5% others. But look at the gap.
Bhagwant Mann claims the party will triumph as it focused on people's issues.
इतना मुझे पता है कि पंजाब के लोग जो हैं बदलाव चाहते थे और वो बदलाव उन्होंने अपनी मशीनों में कैद कर दिया. संख्या 80 से पार भी हो सकती है, 90 के पार भी हो सकती है, 100 के पार भी हो सकती है. पब्लिक है जी. कितना गुस्सा 70 साल की एस्टैब्लिशमेंट के विरुद्ध है, ये गुस्सा ही बताएगा बस.
AAP's rivals, both incumbent Congress and opposition Akali Dal, have dismissed the exit poll findings.
कई बार एग्जिट पोल गलत साबित हुआ है और हमको लगता है कि इस बार भी गलत साबित होगा. और जिस तरह के जो आंकड़े दिखाए जा रहे हैं या जिस तरह का क्लेम किया जा रहा है उसमें सच्चाई नहीं दिखती है.
पंजाब में तो पिछले 8-9 महीने से सरकार नाम दी कोई चीज़ ही नहीं है कि ਜਿਹੜੇ सरकार ने पिछले 5 साल से अपना फर्ज अदा किया. इन्ना वड्डा किसानी अंदोलन खड़ा हो गया क्योंकि सरकार ने पैरवाई नहीं की. सो भावें चन्नी होए, भावें कैप्टन होए, भावें सिद्धू होए, इन्हां नूं कुर्सी ताईं इन्हां दी सोच सीमित है. लोकां ताईं कदों इन्हां दी सोच.
The fourth player in the mix, Captain Amrinder Singh, an ally BJP, is projected to win less than 5 seats according to India Today Access My India exit poll. If the numbers hold true, the biggest winner will be Arvind Kejriwal. A victory in Punjab will give new wings to Kejriwal's national ambitions. AAP is already firming up plans for PM Narendra Modi's home state, Gujarat, which goes to elections this year. Punjab could become the launchpad for AAP in Gujarat and even 2024. Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, what we're going to do is, for our viewers, we're going to break the exit poll, India Today's Access My India exit poll's result. Let's cut across right now to what the vote share is according to our exit poll and what it really means right now for the state of Punjab. And this is what I'm telling you, viewers, that overwhelming majority for Aam Aadmi Party is predicted. Aam Aadmi Party, as per the exit poll of India Today's Access My India exit poll, is looking to get 41% of the entire vote share in Punjab. A whopping 41%. 2017, the Aam Aadmi Party was poised at just 24%. So it's going to rise, if the numbers hold true, to 41%. Congress down now. 28% is what is predicted this time around. The Shiromani Akali Dal 19%, BJP 7%, and other independents and smaller parties 5%. So this is what it looks like. If the numbers hold true, then it's a sweep. It's a wave election for the Aam Aadmi Party just by the basic virtue of vote share. We're going to tell you the seat share in just about a while, but I want to cut across to our reporters, to our editors who've been traveling across the length and breadth of Punjab, and also what it means for the national politics, where this kind of win for Arvind Kejriwal is concerned, because this is going to be a first full-fledged state. The Aam Aadmi Party has always wanted a full-fledged state. They're going to get it. What it means for national politics, we are running up to 2024, the big gig, the general elections, what it means if these numbers hold true for the Aam Aadmi Party then. But let's go micro to macro. For the micro picture, I'm bringing in my colleague Harmeet Shah, who's been traveling through the course of the state of Punjab, and if I'm not correct, Harmeet, for 40 days. For the macro picture, I want to introduce Rahul Srivastav, who's going to put the spotlight on 2024 and what it could possibly mean if these numbers hold true for national politics, because then the Aam Aadmi Party, which was limited to Delhi, city-state Delhi, is now going to have a canvas, a national canvas, because it would have already gotten Punjab in the kitty. I want to cut across to the micro picture first. Harmeet, I know you're suspect of these numbers, but if these numbers hold true, what does it mean for the politics of the state of Punjab? For the first time, you'll actually see a player from the outside and a regional party, which you'd said earlier, like the Shiromani Akali Dal, pretty much wiped out.
Yes, I mean, that's a big surprise. In case you see complete demolition of Shiromani Akali Dal, then it's time for maybe Sukhbir Singh Badal to head the SGPC himself instead of, you know, having an appointee there and run SGPC instead of running the Shiromani Akali Dal. And that's where my suspicion stems from, because at the end of the day, remember, Akali Dal does have a cadre of its own, and the cadre, I saw it myself in numerous villages, was very much intact. To say that, you know, Akali Dal being a regional party is completely demolished, I am a bit suspicious about it. But also, Preeti, one thing I noticed there was that there was a lot of noise about sacrilege. If sacrilege, that sacrilege was still an issue. What I realized there while you know, meeting with different people, different villagers, that sacrilege was a grave concern, a grave religious concern, but it wasn't really a religious issue. So if it wasn't really a religious issue, and if the Akalis were at the forefront of the farm agitation, I don't see a very strong reason that they will be completely demolished in these elections. So in my opinion, personal opinion, I think the Shiromani Akali Dal of the Badals still remain a dark horse in these elections.
Well, we'll only know when that last vote is counted. But Harmeet, before I bring in Rahul Srivastav, I want to ask you one quick question. And this is something that's up your alley, because my colleague Harmeet has been suspect about the numbers. I've travelled through the course of Punjab as well, and he and I stand on two very different ends of the spectrum. I actually saw a wave, and I don't think it's a hung assembly. Harmeet veers more towards the hung assembly verdict. But Harmeet, I want to ask you, and, you know, to give why many would think that there is credence to what you say, and that comes from a picture which was painted in 2017, because 2017, you know, we showed you, preparations on right now at Bhagwant Man's residence. Hark back to 2017, Harmeet will tell us at the Aam Aadmi Party headquarter in Punjab, similar preparations were made. There was a similar hawa, people had said. I feel what has changed since then, but Harmeet is of the opinion it could go down the same way.
Yes, it could go down the same way. Why not? Because we are talking about some sort of a wave here, maybe not a wave, but a lot of noise here, because social media is far more active than what it was in 2017. In 2017, in fact, you know, I was one among those who would say, who went to Punjab, and I'm honest about it, and I confess it, that when I came back, I said, oh, it's a storm. So maybe, you know, AAP is going to get 70 seats, but it came down to 20 seats. So there is always...
So once bitten, twice shy.
No, it's not that. But, you know, one thing is there, that in Punjab, there is one common refrain. And that refrain in Punjabi is Chanda Kisda, Danda Kisda, Vote Kisnu. So always remember, and this is what I learned during this trip, that people talk a lot about, many things in public, to the reporters, maybe to the surveyors as well. But, you know, when the actual thing happens at the hustings, there are numerous other factors that come into play. There is a peer pressure. There is, relationships between a voter and the sarpanch of that whole village. So all factors are taken into account. And also remember, there is a huge band, which is, if there is a scale, if you were to give a scale of Sikh voters, then there is a block which is like right of the Badals and far left of the Simranjit Singh Maan group. So where did that vote go? That vote is very important, and I think we yet don't know where did that vote go.
Well, we don't know. We'll know tomorrow. But as per our exit poll, what Harmeet was talking about, Jhanda, vote and danda, well, the jadu phir gaya in sab ke upar is what our exit poll suggests. So from micro, let's pull back and go to the macro picture, and I'll pull in our national affairs editor Rahul Srivastav to put the spotlight on that. You know, Rahul, in very plain, simple terms, if Aam Aadmi Party is to win Punjab, especially with a sweeping mandate that has been predicted in our exit polls, what does this mean for national politics and the real gig, the general elections of 2024?
People may disagree with the numbers being cited, but if you look at all the exit polls, there is one clear trend emerging that the Aam Aadmi Party is leading. Now, Aam Aadmi Party, in sheer leading and projections, is doing something that no other political party, which is regional in character, restricted to one state, has done till now. Naveen Patnaik has remained in Odisha, Trinamool Congress in Bengal, TDP in Andhra. So there has been that ceiling, and Kejriwal's party seem to be cracking that ceiling. Now that is a very interesting element, because who is Kejriwal replacing is the key factor. The key factor is that Arvind Kejriwal, somebody who has not straight-jacketed himself or funneled himself into a Delhi pride kind of element like Mamata Banerjee has done with the Bengal pride. Those who came to contest there were called outsiders. Kejriwal has kept his arms and elbows free. Now that actually opens the avenues for Kejriwal much better than a Mamata Banerjee, though his state is way smaller than Mamata Banerjee's. And also I think the secular credentials that Mamata Banerjee has established among the minority voters could come to good stead in future. The fact remains that Arvind Kejriwal is trying to replace the Congress party. If you recall, sometime around 2000, 2004, 2007, there was a large drift in the Brahmin vote because of OBC players, Rajnath Singh Chief Minister. The Brahmins were unhappy, and Mayawati sensed that opportunity and grabbed that Brahmin vote, which was traditionally the Congresses and then had gone to the BJP. That's exactly what Arvind Kejriwal is doing. Arvind Kejriwal did it in Delhi successfully, and now he's trying to replace the Congress party in a Punjab. He's eyeing Gujarat, he's eyeing UP. They might be different ball game, the politics might be different altogether, but Kejriwal is attempting that. He has got 2 years to do that, build on this what he has started, and if he as a startup wins Punjab and becomes a unicorn, what he actually does, he comes into the limelight as a challenger, as somebody who is emerging as a leader across the nation. And I think that's what is critical. Replacing Congress is the first target and becoming challenger is later. Earlier, what Arvind Kejriwal was trying to do was put the horse behind the cart. He was putting the cart ahead by challenging Narendra Modi, going to Varanasi, going to Gujarat. He has altered his strategy. They have realized that eat up the weaker entity first and then challenge Narendra Modi. Also importantly, the opposition and especially the regional players are realizing that Narendra Modi and his BJP do not like the idea of taking on regional players. They might decimate SP and BSP in UP because of the Hindutva and other elements. But elsewhere, it is difficult for BJP to take on the regional players because Congress, being a national entity with baggage from the past, corruption, leadership issue, Rahul Gandhi's unproven track record as an administrator, for example, whereas Kejriwal, who says that he has done well in Delhi, all those elements make BJP a more suitable challenger for the BJP, Congress a more suitable challenger for the BJP across the country. That's why that BJP needs the Congress party and does not like the idea of regional players coming up. I think it's a start which can actually change the politics of India, but festina lente, which is a Latin saying for making haste slowly.
All right, you know, both Harmeet and Rahul, just stay on with me. What we're going to do right now is, we've given the vote share. I just want to, you know, give our viewers the seat share predicted in our India Today's Access My India exit polls, and that actually talks about the massive sweep that has been predicted for the Aam Aadmi Party. This is what it looks like, viewers. A 76-90 That is the number of seats out of 117. 117 is the entire pie, and Aam Aadmi Party is poised, at least if exit poll is to be believed, from 76 to 90 seats. This is a massive sweep. It's a wave election then for the Aam Aadmi Party. The Congress would be down to 1931 seats. The Shiromani Akali Dal, who Harmeet calls a dark horse, at least as per prediction, abysmally low, coming down to 7 and just 11 seats. The BJP is in tying up as a senior partner with Captain Amrinder Singh's party, getting just 1 to 4 seats, and of course others maybe 2 seats. It is a sweep predicted for the Aam Aadmi Party. Let's now cut across what has really worked for the Aam Aadmi Party. And as per our polls, it seems their CM face has cut through and gone and got the voters' thumbs up. 37% of Punjab felt that they wanted Bhagwant Mann as the Chief Minister, the next Chief Minister of Punjab. 37%. 27%, not bad. Charanjit Singh Channi, who took over as a compromise candidate and came into his own, the first Dalit Chief Minister of Punjab, stands at 27%, fairly popular also. Number 3, of course, Sukhbir Singh Badal from the Shiromani Akali Dal has got 19% of the votes of people of Punjab wanting him to be their next Chief Minister. So this is what it looks like, viewers, in terms of the preference of Chief Ministers. Many would suggest that announcing Bhagwant Mann's name, because in 2017 that name was never announced. So Punjab, Aam Aadmi Party fought Punjab without a CM face. They say this time around it has worked. Well, if numbers are to be believed, it has worked. Going into a quick break. When we return, we cut across back to Harmeet and Rahul Srivastava for one final word. Stay with us.